Welcome back to Network Security Lab Series, Lab 2, Configuring a Linux-Based Firewall to Allow Incoming and Outgoing Traffic. We're continuing on with Lesson 3, Using Internal Services from an External Machine. Even though we have used Nmap to verify the correct ports are open, a good network administrator will also test each of the services to verify that they are working correctly. In this scenario, we will test the FTP, Telnet, SMTP, HTTP, and POP3 services for the Linux-based EDN Community Firewall. Step 1. Testing the firewall. On the Windows 7 external machine, click on the shortcut to Firefox on the desktop. So on the topology, I'm going to go ahead and select the Windows 7 external machine, go over to Mozilla, open that up, and we're going to navigate to, and when they mean navigate, we're going to type in http://216.1.1.1. We'll recognize this IP address. If you received the message, it works, then you know the redirect of the HTTP through the Linux-based EDN Community Firewall is working correctly. Perfect. That's what we set up earlier. Step 3. From the Windows command prompt, type the following command. So I'm going to minimize this window, go back to our command prompt, and we're going to type in telnet, all lowercase, space 216.1.1.1, and hit enter. On step 4, it says type Y to continue connecting. So we're waiting till we get this Welcome to Microsoft Telnet screen to load. It'll take a few seconds, and there it is. It's asking, this might not be safe. Do you want to send anyways? And we're hitting Y for yes and enter. It's going to ask you to type the administrator for the username and the password for the password, which it's in unique lettering, so make sure you keep the lettering capital and lowercase and the numbers set up correctly. I'm going to start by signing in with admin. Hit enter after you type in administrator, then password with a capital P, @SSW0RD for the password, and hit enter, and that should log us in. To leave the Telnet session, type exit. You know the redirection of Telnet through the Linux-based EDN Community Firewall is working correctly. So since it's already connected, I'm just going to type in exit and enter. And it says connection to host lost, and that's how you know you've been disconnected from the Telnet. Under step 7, we're going to check the FTP site and download a file. So now we're typing in FTP in the command, space 216. Oh, sorry about that. FTP, lowercase, space 216.1.1.1, and then we're going to hit enter. It's going to ask for the user ID, which is in all lowercase FTP. Hit enter. We got to enter in the password, all lowercase password. You can't see the password, but just type it out. It'll be there. Now, as you can see, our prompt changed to FTP, and we're going to type in which text file we want to get, which is get hi.txt. This will allow us to download it, and as you can see, it went through successfully. And over here where it says transfer complete, that's how you know it's been downloaded. Now we're going to exit out by typing out bye, hit enter, and we're going to back out of that text by typing in type space hi.txt and hit enter. Now to check our Microsoft Office with probably the SMTP and POP3, we're going to go ahead and open the Windows 7 external machine Microsoft Office. So that would be here, this icon on the top left hand corner. We should get the open prompt for Outlook 2003 startup. And in step 10, it tells us to click next on the configuration screen. So I'm going to hit next, and here's the configuration screen. We're going to hit next. Then we're going to select POP3 and select next. Step 12, now we need to fill out these fields. So under your name, we have to type out administrator. Under your name. Then under email address, it will be administrator@xyzcompany.com. And then under username, we have administrator again, but the password is going to be capital P at SSW0RD in the login information fields. Then we're going to fill out our incoming mail server POP3 IP address, which is 216.1.1.1, and then the outgoing, which is 216.1.1.1, and then we're going to select more settings. We should be at step 14 now, where it says click on Outgoing Server tab and check the box that states My Outgoing Server SMTP requires authentication, which is the second tab, and the My Outgoing Server SMTP box up on the top, and click OK. At step 15, it says click the Test Account Settings button. You should receive 4 green checks, which you'll find in the middle of the email accounts menu. And there we go. We have check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. Oh, there's another check. Probably more than we needed. Now we can close all open windows and PC viewers and end our lab, because we've checked everything and everything seems to be working. So in conclusion, while using Nmap is an effective way to verify ports are open, it will not be as effective as testing each service. In this section of the lab, we tested the SMTP, POP3, HTTP, FTP, and HTTP services that were being allowed through the Linux Based Firewall. The successful logins and file transfers provided that the services were operating properly. These quality assurance checks are essential for production environments. Now on to our discussion questions. Question 1. What is the command to download a file in FTP? We typed in get. We ended up typing in get and then the file name. And that's what allowed us to download the FTP file. What does SMTP stand for, and what port does it use? I believe it stands for Simple Mail Transmission Protocol, and the port it uses, port 25. What is the purpose of Telnet and what port does it use? Well, Telnet is used for a couple things, but I believe how we used it, it was to communicate with a remote server through a text interface. Telnet uses port 23. Now, how do you translate an FTP session? Or, I'm sorry, not translate, terminate an FTP session? Well, we ended up typing in the command exit, and then we typed out the file path afterwards to exit out of the drive mode. That concludes our lesson for using internal services from an external machine. Congratulations, you have completed the Network Security Lab series for Lab 2, configuring a Linux-based firewall to allow incoming and outgoing traffic. I hope to see you in the future for other labs. Have a great day.